We've just received a report from the Department of Justice, the Office of the Inspector General. It's an investigation of allegations of politicized hiring and other improper personnel actions in the Civil Rights Division. Mr. President, I held hearings on this. At the time, there was Mr. Bradley Schlotzman who testified. I stated at the time that I did not find his testimony credible. And the report confirmed some of our worst fears about the Bush administration's political corruption of the Justice Department. Not only did senior Republican appointees violate the law in hiring based on politics in the Civil Rights Division, they then lied about it. They lied about it under oath when they were called to explain themselves to Congress. And I'm particularly disturbed about the findings of a senior Justice Department appointee, a very senior Justice Department appointee. Bradley Schlotzman made false statements under oath when appearing before the Senate Judiciary Committee. Now, lying to Congress undermines the very core of our constitutional principles. It blunts the American people's right to open and transparent government. It is one thing to have a witness come and say they disagree with the members of Congress. That's fine. Everybody has a constitutional right for that. Nobody has a right to lie under oath. Nobody has the right to break the law. And certainly a senior member of the Justice Department should not be able to consider himself above the law. Not only did he lie to me and the committee, but he then refused to cooperate with Justice Department's Internal Oversight Office's investigation into illegal hiring practices in the Department's Civil Rights Division. The clear determination that he broke the law corrodes our trust in our system of justice and the nation's top law enforcement agency. If somebody can break the law in our law enforcement agency, the Department of Justice, what does that say to the rest of Americans? His actions, in fact, undermine the very mission of the Department's Civil Rights Division, which is charged with enforcing federal law prohibiting discrimination. A strong and independent Civil Rights Division has long been crucial to the enforcement of our precious civil rights laws. And experienced and committed career attorneys have always been the heart and soul of that division. In the past, the people who worked there, Mr. President, no matter how much time you spent with them, you wouldn't know they were Republicans or Democrats. All you would know, these are among the brightest and best lawyers in the country dedicated to serving the United States of America and upholding our law. But contrary to those traditions, which we've had in both Republican and Democratic administrations, this report details troubled revelations of political appointees who marginalize and then force out career lawyers because of ideology, and they corrupt the hiring process for career positions. And it should come as no surprise that the result, and of course the intent, of this political makeover of the Civil Rights Division has been a dismal civil rights enforcement record. It's just one of the final chapters in the regrettable legacy of this administration at Main Justice. It reinforces the need for new leadership. And now more than ever, it's necessary to confirm a new team to lead the Justice Department, starting with Attorney General designee Eric Holder. I do compliment the Department of Inspector General. They did not allow politics to stand in their way. They went and investigated this. I really wish that the current U.S. Attorney's Office, appointed by this administration, had prosecuted. I think that the only way you stop such blatant criminal violations by people who know better, people who are sworn to hold the law, is that they know they'll go to jail for breaking the law. That's what should have been done. And just because they broke the law in the Bush administration, and the Bush administration did not, or deemed not to prosecute, I think that raises real questions. prosecution should be done no matter who breaks the law. I think about one of the people who testified in that same investigation and said that, well, we swear an oath to President George Bush. I said, no, you swear an oath to uphold the Constitution. Mr. President, that Constitution is the Constitution you're sworn to uphold and I'm sworn to uphold. It's the Constitution that reflects all Americans. The government is not of a person, whether you support that person or not. The government is for all Americans. The Constitution is for all Americans. And when somebody deliberately, purposely sets out to subvert the Constitution of the United States and then lies about it, Mr. President, I find that a heinous crime. You know, we will see some kid who steals a car, they'll be prosecuted, as probably they should. But when you have a key member of the Department of Justice lies under oath, who subverts the Constitution of the United States, all the more reason to prosecute that person. Mr. President, what Mr. Slotzman did was reprehensible, it was disgusting, it was wrong, but it goes at the very core of America's principles. The distinguished presiding officer, like me, had the great opportunity to serve as a prosecutor. And I have every reason to believe that he did not show fear or favor when he brought prosecution, as I did. I did not show fear or favor. Most prosecutors do not. And when you have somebody who is part of the Justice Department lie under oath and do it in a way to cover up subverting the laws that protect all of us, and the civil rights laws protect all of us. It protects all of us. White, black, brown, no matter what, our race, our creed, it protects all of us. And what has marked this country since the time I was a young lawyer in the 60s has been our adherence to the civil rights laws. We can't go back to a time where they're enforced for some and not for others. So, Mr. President, I hope people will read, I'm not going to put it in the record because it's available, I hope people will read this investigation of allegations of politicized hirings and other improper personnel actions in the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice. It is chilling. I'm going to suggest that every new person coming into the Department of Justice read this. It's a handbook of not what to do, but a handbook of what not to do.